everyone, I'm going to show you how to install a BEC on a Traxxas Summit 1/10 scale. Now the reason I put the BEC on it is I upgraded the servos, the servo servos. They are the SW 0231, and they give you better steering, higher torque. But the problem is they take so much power away from the whole system that the lights flicker when you run it. They flicker pretty bad when it's just directly hooked up to the receiver, because this can't power these and the whole system, because these take too much. So to fix that problem, I purchased a Castle's Creation BEC to fix this problem. So the way they have it hooked up is you get the power from positive and negative. Now, one thing to make sure of when you hook it on a system with dual battery plug-ins is you always do it on the side with the tag. This runs it directly through this system and into here. If you go through the other wire, you run it to the BEC that's built inside here that produces the power for the other servos and everything else. And if you were to do it the other way, you can burn up the ground wire and it makes a big mess. So I wanted to bypass it, get a BEC bypass wire to bypass from going into here to go directly to the servos that plug in. Now, I've heard that they only made it for one servo bypass, but I'll show you the one I have. This is the bypass wire. What it does is they sell for dual servos, which I've heard that they didn't, but I found this. This was on Amazon. So they sell this, and this will go in the place of, I'll show you. Alright. This will go into servo number 1 for signal, and this will go in servo number 2 outlet on the receiver, ground, and signal, and then signal, which will run this. This will go to servo number 1, servo number 2, and then the BEC plugs in directly right into here. Now you won't need to unplug the middle red wire. That can stay plugged in to the system. So that will plug in and it'll power directly to these right here. It'll stop the flickering, and I'll have a smooth and more powerful steering for rock crawling or any of that. So I'll just plug this in and see what it does. Okay, I hooked up the bypass wire. As you can see, let's see, focus. You can see where the signal wires go up from where the port usually would go for the servos, the signal and ground, and then they go in between to, this is the BEC, and it goes to each servo. So now, I didn't solder these yet because you just pull these out and then solder them. This is for test purposes. I'm going to rerun all this wire more organized. But for testing, put it on, and we will show you how this works. No flicker. Flicker is gone. No more flicker. Lights are bright. Steering's pretty fast. So there you have it. BEC bypass stops the flicker, gives me more torque, and then it won't, instead of running it through here. So that's how it is, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see about making some more videos. I'll probably make one with it running so you can see how it'll run a lot better now instead of this running through this, it'll have its own power. So it's actually giving me a little more boost, less voltage going into this. So hope you enjoyed the video. That's all today.